have to, but I'm going to read you one of my favorite jokes, and if you know the punchline, just shh, okay? Okay, so this one's called A Nun at Hooters. Remember this one? You guys don't remember this one, but it's good. I don't even remember. Every time I read it, I'm like, oh yeah. Okay, a nun badly needing to use the restroom walked into a local Hooters. The place was hopping with music and live conversation. Every once in a while, the lights would turn off. Every time the lights would go out, the place would erupt in cheers. Yeah! However, when the revelers saw the nun, the room went dead silent. She walked up to the bartender and asked, "May I please use the restroom?" And the bartender replied, "Okay, but I should warn you that there's a statue of a naked man in there wearing only a fig leaf." "Well, in that case, I'll just look the other way," said the nun. So the bartender showed the nun to the back of the restaurant. After a few minutes, she came back and the whole place stopped, just long enough to give the nun a loud round of applause. She went to the bartender and said, "Sir, I don't understand. Why are they applauding for me just because I went to the restroom?" "Well, now they know you're one of us," said the bartender. "Would you like a drink?" "No, thank you, but I still don't understand," said the puzzled nun. "You see," laughed the bartender, "every time someone lifts the fig leaf on that statue, the lights go out." Now, how about that drink?
That is great.
Isn't that great?
I thought I did that.
No, you don't know it. That's why, you know, it's just like, it's so great. I'll find these on the internet, people. Oh, so please, info@centeroftheheart.com. You find a good joke, send it to the Rev, okay? Because that's one of my things. That's the way I'm cheerful all the time about stuff like that. Okay, so what we're going to do today, and before I do that, I found a really cool, I was looking at it this week. Okay, this is on Deepak Chopra's website, and he's talking about, because I wanted to talk about intention or accountability actually, and he says, he goes, what is accountability when it comes to goal setting or what we're doing, sending our wishes out to the universe? It's being responsible to the achievement of your goals. The word sometimes has a negative connotation if accountability implies blame or judgment. True. So why it works, you hold yourself accountable for your goals. You're communicating to the universe, divine, and to yourself that the goal is a priority and not just something that may or may not get done. If you don't share your goals in some way, you aren't committing to them, it's too easy to give up because they're like they never existed. And it also works because it motivates you to save face. So where it really works, 5 types of accountability. So number one, tell a friend. So you're going to tell somebody, let's say you want to learn how to tap dance. So Diana would tell somebody, I'm going to tap dance. I'm going to learn how to tap dance. And then they would say, how's it going? And Diana would say, actually, it's going really great. So if there's something that you want to learn or something that you want to do, enroll somebody, but not a negative person, somebody that's going to be, hey, how's that goal going, and how can I support you in that? So I thought of a great one, Clutter Girls, okay? We're going to call it the Clutter-Free Girls of 2019. Right. So I'm thinking we're going to start a low group, okay? We could do it online, we could do it through email, whatever we want to do, but I'm going to start a low because the Rev needs to clear out, woo! And I think, anybody need to be a clutter-free man or girl? Okay, yeah, I know, right? Oh my gosh, would that be so perfect? So what it is, I think what we'll do, Roxy and I'll think about the logistics of it, but I think what would be really cool is maybe we'll just do a blanket email, right? And then we'll post it, we'll put like the thing. So what you're gonna do initially, okay, it already came. So you're gonna send it to info@centeroftheheart.com, and then we'll put it all down for everybody to see, okay? And then that way, you're going to have a goal. What are you going to do for the month of January? What are you going to do the month of February? Because if you take too much, if you try to do too much, you're not going to succeed, yes? So it's better to have wins and successes. And that's really how it works. That's why prayer works. You know, we do it because we're practicing. We're practicing allowing that divine to help us and inspire us and to bring what we need into our lives. I'm thinking about, okay, I'll say it out loud. I'm thinking about going into doing some commercial work. And so I have my gal who's very successful, and it took her about 3 to 4 years to do it. But you have to take the steps in order to step into that world. Because I did a little bit of it many, many years ago, but I thought, I'm going to step back now because I'm 64. It's perfect timing, so it's good. So it's also about stretching yourself. And it's about taking that thing that you're like, oh, I don't know. It's really scary, because it is. It is scary. And that's scary for me to step back into it. So really, it's about taking something that's going to stretch you and taking something that's going to open your creativity. It's going to open you into something and a better, not better, a more, open you up to this vessel of, what am I going to say, connection to spirit. Because as we do that, as we do new things, and the soul is always urging us to do something. Okay? And, oh, well, I don't know, it's going to be really hard. Well, that's the one. That's the one to go for. Because when we challenge ourselves to go into something new, then that's going to open up so much in our lives. And we don't know what it's going to open up, but it's going to open us up. Okay? So tell a friend. I just told all my friends at Center of the Heart, yeah. And join an accountability group. Well, we're going to create that. Okay, so we'll create the clutter-free world. Because the other thing about, I'll go into clutter, besides you don't want to be on hoarders, do you? Okay. Nobody here wants to be on hoarders. Nobody. Okay? And so my son-in-law always says to me, so, how come I've never seen your house? And I'm like, come on over, but you're going to be uncomfortable. But it's not that it's messy or dirty or anything, but I have boxes of books, okay, of clear books, and I'm going, okay, this is the year. Yesterday I started, and like you, I don't know, maybe there's an energy. It's that 2019 new vibe, right? That we're all ready to rock, and it's good. Okay, so it's an accountability group, and one of the things, it's like if you want to learn how to cook, go take a class and then meet up with somebody, and maybe you guys can learn and cook with each other, you know? So it's things like that. And it's also, I found, and like Meetup is perfect for that. Have any of you gone to anything from Meetup? Whether it's a hiking group, you want to do physical fitness, you want to, I don't know, you need a support group of any kind, go look on Meetup because they're here and it's a fantastic way to have an accountability group or somebody to support you. And the other thing is use your technology. I've had this iPhone for, thank you Denise, I still have it. What is it, a 4? I think it's a 4. Like yeah, so it's one of the older ones, but it's good. And there's an app on the iPhones, but there's all kinds of other apps. It's called the Health app. Have any of you used it? Yeah, okay, so it's free. It's on your screen, your home screen. Tap on that puppy and start using it. Because it's for your health, it's for sleep, walking, I mean, and it's for everything. So there's another resource, because if you use the technology, you can use it kind of like a coach, and there's so many apps. So whatever you want to have, you can use your phone, your iPad, whatever you want to use. Does anybody have any apps that you like to share, that you love? Because on here, yeah, Roxy?
I found an app called
Appointee?
Yes, it's a pointy, and it's like a point Y. Okay. So anyway, it's a wonderful app where you make appointments with yourself.
Oh.
You actually, and then you can like assign a value to it if you want.
Oh, I
And
like
so
that.
then, yeah, it's free. It's free.
That's
for a little
fantastic.
while.
Okay.
But it's free even after the trial. You know.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
You learn how to work it, right?
Yeah, anyone want to see it, I'll show you.
Okay, well that would be
Magic it
good.
does.
Yeah. Well, then he has another one. He says the Health app attracts your nutrition, exercise, and mindfulness, which we would all like here, right? Mind, body, spirit. And then keeping track of your productivity. If you'd rather interact, this is with other people. It's called I Done This. And right? And that's if you want to be with other people. And then there's another one called Whole Life Challenge, brings people together virtually from all over the world, a network of support for goals of any size. Isn't that cool? So I'm right, because I was trying to find things that would be cool for us. You can hire a coach or a practitioner to help you, because a lot of times we have to push through, you know, we have barriers and we have ceilings that we have to move through. We can pray around it, but sometimes we need assistance in order to have that breakthrough, in order to move into that thing that we want to do. Because I know that in the past, and I think back on this, I had a couple of gals when I was quitting the insurance, well, not quitting it, kind of easing out of the insurance business, and I was becoming a Pilates instructor. I had 2 women that said, "You can do it, Miriam, you can do it, yeah, go, go, go." And they were like my coaches, and I didn't realize how valuable that is to have somebody say, "Yeah, you could do it, go for it." And when somebody says that, you have the ability to do it. It's incredible. So you want to create your website. How many of you want to create a website? You put up one picture. You want to create a blog, you know, start writing. You know, I did a little bit, I'll get back to it. And I'm doing it, I'm going to sit down and do it again. But it's like just starting is half of the battle, I think. You know, and finding articles and things for your website if you want to create a website. Okay, then write it down. So now we come to what we're going to do now. All right, so one of the most potent things, and if you want to purchase this journal, it's called the 5-Minute Journal. You can find it on, I think, Amazon, and it's 5 minutes a day, and it really is like mind, body, spirit. What are my intentions for the day? What would I like to have happen? It's so fit science of mind of what we teach here, is that as we think positive things. So I'll go back and 2 days later, I'll look at what I wrote in that little journal, and they come true. They came true. And other things, if we just expect good to come to us, it's phenomenal how things will just like show up and go, wow, I didn't know I needed that, but Spirit knew it. God knew I needed it, right? And we had no idea, because I think sometimes we put ourselves in this little box. And as we allow ourselves to expand and go, wait, I've got the support of the universe and God and the divine, hello, anything is possible. Anything is possible. So what you're going to do with this, I wrote mine down, and you could use front and back. Did y'all write in front and back? You can write as many as you want. It's all good, okay? So this is called flying wish paper, or we could call it flying intention paper. And we've been doing this for 10 years, all right? And we do it every January because it works. And then if you want accountability for what you wrote down, then go ahead and tell a friend or write it down and then check later, maybe a month or 2 later, and see if it's manifesting. If it's not, then look at what can I do in order to expand that, to make it happen, all right? So what you're going to do, you're going to write it down. Does everybody have yours all written down? Y'all done? Okay. So how this works, you've got to crumple it up in a little ball. You're going to activate the paper, the stuff in it, okay? What do you call it? Substance. I'm having a good day here. Okay, so what we're going to do, and then just kind of, you know, spread it out. And then you're going to roll it into a loose tube.
Cigarette.
I haven't been drinking yet. Okay. So roll it into a loose tube, and we're going to attempt to set them on the platform. Sometimes they stand up. Sometimes you want to be our you're going to start us out, Denise? Okay, Denise will do a demo for us all. And meantime, we can do some drumming. Do we have a drum? You have your drum, Roxy.
Yeah.
We could
Okay.
put,
And I could get my drum. Okay, watch. But you're supposed to light it from the bottom, but that's okay.
Oh, that is in the top.
We light it from the bottom. But it worked anyway.
Whoa.
Woo! That's why they call it flying wish paper.
This is only a lighter, so please be careful. It's very hot.
Yeah.
Well, we have,
here we go.
Well, we have,
Over there? Yeah.
yeah, you want to be the lighter girl?
Oh, people can light their own.
Just to light their own, just be careful. Or if you want, I know, I'm not crazy about lighters. Okay, who's next? Wait, you've got to walk over the threshold. So, new beginnings are happening. Oh, yes, Heidi's pass. Woo! Okay, so step over and go ahead and you put it on the little platform.
Make sure it stands.
Yeah, so don't roll it too tight because it's gonna have to stand upright on the little platform, okay? We have a base.
Yes, and you can't put it on the lighter from the bottom, you have to light it.
That's all right, it'll still fly. Woo! Oh my gosh, look how high that puppy went. Look at that. Yay! You can take the ash home, put it on your third eye. Right? All right, let's go. Let's kind of watch everybody too. Step into 2019. Yay! So, okay, hang on. Let's do this.
Make it so tight.
Okay. Oh, you can't do this? Let's see if it works from the top. Looks like it is, huh? Beautiful, I love watching them. Woo! Diana, rock on! You're free! Yeah! I'm free, man! You're free, yeah! That is so great. Okay, so we can light it from the top. You are right, you are correct, Denise. Awesome, yes. Perfect. Now just watch your intention, watch your wish, and it is coming true. Wish upon a star, baby. Woo! Wow! That is like rock and roll. This is great. Fabulous. Okay, who's our next beloved stepping into 2019? Isn't that fantastic? I know. Did you do this last year, Sharon? No? Well, maybe because they say right up, do it from the bottom, and you don't have to. Okay, let's open it up. Open it up. Yeah, so unroll them, you guys. Wow! 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 Did you see that one? That's fantastic. Cheap thrills. What can I tell you? Okay. Let's go. All right. Now let's get rid of the other one.
Please do the dance.
Yes. Look at that! Wow! You know what? We have had success every year with this now. Okay, come on, Mel. Let's roll, Bowie. Yours didn't work? Oh, you didn't. You gotta crumble it really good for it to light, guys. First of all, little ball, guys, little balls. Okay, next one, Denise. guys. Huh?
Well, you crumble it and then.
You crumple it in a little ball first, then do it in a tube. Otherwise, it won't fly. Go to Denise and then Carolyn. That's all right here. Did you do it? You crumpled it good?
I crumbled it down.
Okay, girlfriend.
It has to work.
It will work.
You know, fly, baby, fly. Oh,
On here, right? That's all right. Come on, not a big deal. They are gone by the time, you know.
okay, mine is always
I love that. Watch this. Yeah, ready for takeoff and go! Come on! Woo! All right, here, we're gonna let that puppy. Yep. I love it. It worked. Doesn't matter. It worked. It's beautiful.
Use that hard
Okay,
surface.
crumpled it, right, George? Yeah. Sort of. We'll find out. Well, I know it's better to stand.
All right, I'm back in.
Go ahead, give it another round.
The music.
Obviously, there was some resistance.
Whoa! Nice! Go! Not on top, George. Okay. All right, did everybody have one? Did you do yours, girl? You did? Go get a red piece of paper? Oh, you got it. Okay, now we gotta undo it. Oh my gosh. Now I'm just gonna hug you for that, okay? I'm gonna give you a baby fight. Did it go? Awesome. Because there's a chemical in here called fly-baby. Doesn't matter. Yeah. No, don't touch it, let it go. Yes, it is. Woo! Great. Isn't that fantastic? EJ, are we done? Yeah? Oh, my.
That's right.
Yeah, I did it. Okay, fly baby. Yeah, we got foil on there. Come on, I know you want me to do this. Come on, baby. Yeah, isn't that awesome? Okay, how'd that feel? I know, don't you? God almighty, I'm free at last.
And Barbara picked this great music for us.
That's great. You know, that's from the highest pass. We had a non here who is, oh, talk about sexy, Jesus. Whoa. Anyway, so he was here one time and they actually did a documentary, but he was just the sexiest guy, huh?
Mm-hmm.
He did my aerobatic.
Oh, his,
In India.
in India, yes, when she was over there. It was fantastic. Oh, so, yay, that was fantastic. Okay, give yourselves a hand, yay! How does it feel knowing that your intentions are happening now? How does that feel?
Great.
Isn't that great? It's free, it is beautiful. Okay, so, you know, and it was interesting, I was watching, I always watch Oprah's Master Class, and I was watching Robert Duvall. Y'all like Robert Duvall? Oh my God, what a great actor. And you know what he kept saying? He just said to keep going and to persevere. Because he started out, you know, he would do anything to make money, and his parents said, you know, you're not really focused, so you need to focus on one thing. They said, you know, you're great at like doing voices, and so they said, go try acting. Parents telling you to go try acting? So he went to New York City, and he actually started working there. He'd walk everywhere, And finally, he said that he ended up becoming friends with Gene Hackman and Dustin Hoffman, because they all started at the same time together. And what he said is that you just keep going, but be authentic, and keep going after your goals, because when you're authentic, people resonate with you, and when you're real. And so he did one film. Remember The Apostle? Did you ever see The Apostle? Okay, so he had asked, I just got to share the story because it talks about how to be authentic, whether you're with friends or whether you're performing. And he had asked June Carter Cash, Johnny Cash's, I think, wife at the time, to be in this movie. And so he would say, okay, go, let's go. And she would start acting, he said. And then he says, no, June, why are you doing that with your voice? Well, I wanted to sound old. He goes, your voice sounds old enough. Okay, stop. And so then he says, in order to trick her so she wouldn't act, isn't this fantastic? He says, I'm gonna, like, let's say she's sitting there and there's Diana. He goes, I'm just gonna put the camera on Diana. And so instead, he had a close-up on her. And that's how he got her to be authentic. Isn't that interesting? So I just thought it was great. And he just is a super grounded, just a real guy. So only thing I'm gonna say is when you're out in the world, be authentic, be real, because people resonate to that. They don't resonate with phony baloney. And I was talking to my tenant, who, by the way, is moving. But that's okay. Okay, here's how spirit works. So it's like there's always a backup. There's always something that's going to be given to you. And I'm just going to say that, okay? And she says, I need to talk to him. Like, oh man, she's moving. I just know in my bones, okay? And then she says, and I have a friend. And I know that she wants to go and be in a place like this. And I met her, and so she calls me yesterday, or texts me, because she's in her 20s. And this girl is just a go-getter. And we met, and we all really, got along great. But what's wonderful is that when you believe that something's going to be happening for you and everything's with ease and grace, it does happen that way. So know that, expect that around all of your wishes, and expect it all the time, because, and then my best story is Daryl Lynn donated this smart TV, okay, and I ended up buying it. So I didn't know it, my other TV went out after I bought the TV. I think it was actually after. And I'm like, oh my gosh, and I've got to set this thing up, I wonder. And then before that, a gal had sent Art, my boyfriend, a Fire Stick. Do you know what those are? Yeah. That's how so anyway, so he says, I'm never going to use it, you take it. And this all happened before you donated the TV. And then I get the TV, I'm watching it last night, I'm going, thank you, God, thank you, Darlene. Because I could watch it in all one place now and not be in my bedroom, which I don't think is good for you. But anyway, all these little tiny miracles are always happening and occurring around us. We just have to say, wow, that was cool. Oh, this was great. Oh my gosh. And the more we're exuberant and happy around it, then we attract more energy to us. The people that are gloomy gusses don't attract it, do they? So be happy, be joyful, and if you're not happy, what makes you happy? Tell me real quick. What makes you happy?
Dancing.
Beach.
Dancing, the beach. What else?
Coming here.
Okay, come in here. What else?
Makeup.
Makeup. Okay. Mine is finding little toys for Christmas. It's like all that. It's like finding a cool TV show to watch, or something fun, or getting out in nature and taking a walk and seeing the birds. It doesn't matter. Find something that's going to pull you into another level of awareness, because this is all about shifting. And it's all about changing our attitude, like Roxy wrote in the beginning when we did our intention, okay? So all I'm going to say is I wish you a beautiful 2019. I know that all your dreams will come true, like the song said, because as we put this out, we just put all this energy. Do you feel the energy in this room right now? when you feel this energy, just know that it's yours. And there's a collective consciousness, meaning that we are all tapped into each other. And by doing this in a group process, it even doubled it. It's fantastic. We could do this at home by ourselves. It ain't much fun. It's kind of like doing yoga with a group. It's more, you intensifies the asanas. It intensifies what happens. It's like playing in a group versus playing by yourself, right guys? You can play by yourself and you go, yeah, that's nice. But you get with a group or even these two guys together, fantastic. It's fantastic. So happy, beloved 2019. So glad you are here. And thank you for all your support. I am grateful. Mwah. Peace and blessings.
Thank you.